Hi, this is Gene Trowbridge with Trowbridge Law Group. We're securities lawyers. Here's our contact information, our phone number, our website, and you're already on our YouTube channel. So while you're here, make sure you remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about the question that I had, which was, should I take the Series 65 exam to qualify as an accredited investor? Well, where did that come from? That question came from the fact that in the last several years, there's always been some discussion about the SEC having an exam that you can take that will get you qualified as an accredited investor. Ever since Dodd-Frank in 2008, the SEC every 4 years or 5 years has had to come up with a discussion on what should they do with the accredited investor definition. And in 2020, they addressed the issue, which has always been addressed. And the question people ask is, well, why don't you, the SEC, write a test and put it online, and people pass the test, they're accredited regardless of their net worth or income or any other qualification. Well, they don't want to do that, and they haven't done that. So something happened in 2020 that has made people revisit this question. Boy, if I just take a 65 exam and pass it, I'd be accredited. And this is just for the passive investors who need to be accredited so they can invest in as an accredited investor in 506Bs or as an accredited investor, which is the only type of investor that can invest in 506C. Well, I'm Gene Trowbridge and a founding partner of Trowbridge Law Group. I've been a syndicator, a real estate broker, a 40-year CCIM instructor. I went to law school when I was 45 and I wrote a book. It's The Whole New Business, and that's in its 4th edition. And all I've done since I graduated from law school is doing syndication law and securities law. In my spare time, I'm a runner. I've run quite a few half marathons since I turned 60. So the passive investors have asked me, should I take the Series 65 exam to be considered an accredited investor? And I know they're getting this advice from other law firms and other attorneys, but that's okay. But let's get the right answer to that. Let's be sure we know what we're doing. And so here's what the revised definition of an accredited investor from 2020 said. And in the white background with the highlighted, it says individuals must hold in good standing a Series 65 license, okay, which pertains to selling securities and providing investment advice. Well, the 65 license relates to providing investment advice. It's an investment advisor test and an investment advisor license. Then it goes on to say this new requirement is particularly applicable to investment advisors, brokers, and bankers. So what it says is if you're in good standing with your Series 65 license, you would be considered accredited. Well, let's talk about this. The next bullet point says the exam for the 65 license, which is called the Uniform Investment Advisor Law Exam, qualifies the examinees as investment advisors. But licenses are issued to passing examinees from state regulators. So that's a problem because the definition says you must, in good standing, have a Series 65 license. So you take the test. The test is administered by FINRA, but developed and designed by the North American Securities Administrators Association, which is a straight state-run organization. Once you pass the test, you can get a license. And the rule is you must have a license and be in good standing to be considered accredited, not just passing the test. The passing the test doesn't have anything to do with it. But if you get your Series 65 license, now you're governed by the American Securities Administrators Association. You have to be active as an investment advisor. You have rules that you have to follow as an investment advisor. You have to pay dues and all this stuff. You don't want to do that. The rule isn't in the securities law, in the revised definition of accredited investors. It doesn't say individuals who have passed a Series 65 a license are accredited. It says you must hold in good standing a 65 series license. Now, one of the other choices is Series 7. Well, that's great. Then you're a stockbroker and you have to have your license and be in good standing with FINRA and be licensed with a securities firm. Well, you don't want to do that at all. So based on the definition, just passing the test is not going to do it. You'd have to therefore go forward and get a Series 65 license and be regulated as a financial investment advisor. And you don't want to do that. Now, sponsors don't need to do this at all. Remember, members of the manager LLC are by definition defined as accredited. So this would only help a passive investor who wanted to be considered accredited, but I don't think it's worth it. I don't think taking an exam, getting a license and all that just so you can invest in someone's deal makes any sense at all. So until the SEC comes out with a license and a rule regarding accredited investor definition that just taking some test and passing the test will deem you to be accredited, my answer is don't take the Series 65 exam. Don't get licensed as an investment advisor. So what I want you to have by watching this video is I want you to get a copy of my book. My book is in the 4th edition. It gets updated whenever there's a change in the securities laws primarily, and it covers fiduciary duties, risk, rewards, entity structures, all the things that are on the left-hand side of that slide are covered. And here's a QR code. If you click on that QR code, you are going to receive a PDF of my book for free. So I think that would be a good idea. You're welcome to have one and give it a read. And if you have any questions on what I say in the book, give me a call. How are you going to do that? You're going to contact me or contact the office by dialing our direct number and either asking for myself or my partner, Jonathan. There's our website. There's a lot of good stuff at the website. And while you're on YouTube, you might want to look. Trowbridge Law Group has quite a few good videos on YouTube. So thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you later. And don't be going and getting a Series 65 license just to be deemed accredited. Thank you.